and welcome to Lesson 2, Language Extinction. First, let me read the passage. Some linguists believe that of the 6,200 known languages, as many as 90% may disappear over the next 100 years. Not all linguists agree that the loss of languages will be as fast as these predictions suggest, but many agree that languages are disappearing faster than in the past. The graph below shows today's situation regarding the languages of the world. According to UNESCO, while 57% of languages are safe today, at least 39% are more or less endangered. About 4% of languages have died out since 1950. What causes languages to disappear? The traditional argument in linguistics is that languages die because their speakers die. One of the causes is natural phenomena, such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, or diseases that eliminate the entire population of an area and their language. Diseases brought by European settlers to America in the 16th and 19th centuries drastically decreased the number of Native Americans and led to several languages disappearing. There are also man-made causes such as war. For example, consider the battles in America between the white settlers and the Native Americans. As the map below shows, the US had 191 endangered languages as of 2010. Japan had some endangered languages as well. Because of the battles in the 1600s, followed by Japanese expansion into Hokkaido and disease among the native people, a majority of the Ainu population disappeared by the end of the 19th century. The Ainu language is considered one of the 8 endangered languages in Japan. Today, however, there are new ways in which languages are disappearing. Technology and a desire for material wealth have caused some smaller linguistic communities to abandon their traditional language for English. People believe that their children will have a better chance of success with English rather than a language that may only have 100 speakers. It's hard to say that they are wrong, but we must consider the cost to our society. What do we lose when a language dies? It is our belief that we lose not only the cultural practices and the traditions of the society, but also that the knowledge that the society has accumulated over time. In addition to the knowledge that is lost, we also lose the diversity that makes the world such an interesting place. It then becomes important to understand what can be done to protect the world's languages. There are 2 main active approaches to deal with endangered languages. One approach is language preservation. This is often done when the language has been reduced to very few living speakers. Linguists try to record as much information about the language and culture as possible in case of language death. The other is language revitalization. This is done where there is awareness in the linguistic community of the need to promote the language. The linguistic community must take an active role in seeing that the language is used in the home, in education, in trade, and in the media. As more and more communities of endangered languages realize the importance of preserving the language and culture of their people for future generations, more languages are likely to be saved. It is possible to bring a language back from near extinction. However, it requires efforts from all sides, including learners, the elders, the government, and linguists. Thank you. Comprehension, Act 1. Reading for main ideas, please choose the best answer. Number 1. What is the main idea of the passage? A. Protecting endangered languages in the world. B. The reasons why some languages get more popular. Or C. Languages which were extinct in the last century. Question 2. What is the main cause of language extinction? A. Use of the internet. B. Elimination of speakers. Or C. Language education. Now, Act 3, Comprehension 2. Answer T true or F false. In the chart, 1 out of 10 languages is in a vulnerable situation. 2. Diseases are one man-made cause of language extinction. 3. Most parents who speak a minority language believe that their child should learn that language to keep the culture alive. 4. India has the most endangered languages on the map. And 5. Language revitalization means keeping information about a language and culture. The last thing I want to talk to you about today is how this affects you. You see, as let's keep recording. They don't know the word lingua franca. Lingua franco. I can't remember which one it is. It's Latin. It means the language of the world, which right now is English. Most English speakers don't know that word, so I have to think of something else. Hello. No, we're not doing a hello. We've already introduced ourselves. Okay. There is one last thing I want to talk to you about, and it's how this affects you. You may think, well, that's terrible for the Ainu or the Native Americans or the Aboriginal Australians or the Maori in New Zealand, but how does that affect me? And the answer is that all languages are changing, and Japanese is one of them. Japanese has changed a lot in the past 100 years, 50 years, heck, even 10 years, Japanese has changed. An example of that you might have heard recently is the word surveillance being used in Japanese with katakana, and that is new for Japanese. The phrase used to be chousa, and the fact that it's changing and it's taking an English word and replacing a Japanese word is showing that Japanese is, well, it's not dying, but it's changing. Think of all of the words that are introduced from either English or German or French or Spanish or Chinese or whatever. All these words are coming in and they're changing the language. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes Japanese doesn't have a word for that, like kombini. It just works. That word fills a hole in the Japanese language. Same with Arbeitel, which is German. But you have to be careful about adopting all these words. You don't want your language to change too fast. It's a difficult topic to think about and to decide on. And with the internet making change faster and more common, it's your generation that will decide how words are used in the future of Japan. You don't have to make a decision now, but you should open up your eyes and listen in to how language is changing around you right now. Thank you so much. I hope you're all safe and that you're doing well. I can't wait to see you in person, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.